Hey everybody, Sam here with another In Defense of Bad Movies Minisode. And I know what you're thinking, it's late. It is a few days late, and for that, I apologize profusely. I crave your indulgence. I would love to tell you it's not going to happen again, but that would most likely be a lie. Because you know what? Life happens. This is the way it is, you know? You try to put out a podcast on time, and you're mostly successful, but every once in a while, you completely forget for 4 straight days. And that is exactly what happened here. So again, I guess it's more like 6 straight days, but whatever. I apologize. And, the sooner you forgive me, the sooner we can move on from this unpleasantness and hopefully not let it happen again. So I'm asking you to do just that. The minisodes are, of course, when we discuss the next movie we're going to do. As you are well aware, it is October, the month of spooks and scares and spiders and vampires, and for the last 10 years or so especially, zombies. And this year will be no exception. And the movie we're going to be discussing does have zombies. It also has Pride and Prejudice. Yep, you guessed it, we are doing Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I know what you're thinking. This is going to be one of the movies that is defended by Sam or Bobby. Maybe Loren. If it's not one of them, it's certainly going to be a guest defender, right? What I would bet my life on, you were saying, is it is not going to be Laura King who is defending this movie. It certainly isn't going to be Laura. You've got to be thinking that. She has only, up till now, I believe, done romantic comedies. But if that is what you're thinking, you are 100% dead wrong, because that is exactly who is defending it. I'm going to make a prediction right now that Laura will have liked about 2/3 of the movie. She will be totally on board for the Pride. She's going to love Prejudice. I'm going to stop myself right there. Say Laura King does not like Prejudice. She is quite against it. But in the confines of the movie, she will like the Pride part. She'll like the Prejudice part. She will not like the zombie part. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait a few days to find out, and I hope that you join us. But until then, we are going to have a fun episode, oh, aren't they all fun, of Themes Like Old Times. Hello, everyone. I'm Sam.
And I'm Loren.
And this is Themes Like Old Times. And today, we're going to be talking about that great old-timey show, Three's Company.
Been waiting for you.
Old-timey show. I don't like
The
this.
kisses are hers and peace. Three's Company.
Griffith, haven't you?
Come and dance on our floor.
Blowhole's American.
But something that aired within your lifetime?
Yes, that would watch.
The lovable space that needs your
Because
face. Three's
the show
Company.
did run. Why can't I run? This should be easy to find. From March of 1977 through September of 1980.
Three's Company.
It had 2 spin-offs. The Rovers, which was where, the very popular Norman Fell and his wife Minisode got their own show and moved next to Jeffrey Sam and Loren and his family.
Wait, what?
And they were next to
Jeffrey Tambor was in the show?
Yeah. And then it spun off Three's a Crowd, which was where Jack married this super pretty girl.
What?
And her father lived in the same building.
I love that this used to be a normal thing for television. Like, once you have a character you like, we're just going to keep making shows about this person. Keep bringing them back. I know we have Frasier, but that's sort of a, outlier in our contemporary culture.
It is, yeah. Well, then we also have Better Call Saul.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so, maybe...
Cable's bringing it back. Damn it, Cable's gotten really good.
Of course, Norman Lear he totally did it with, everything spinning off from, All in the Family, which we'll get to later. Okay. Because so many things to spin off from that. Anyway, so I loved Three's Company growing up. It was part of my, I remember watching TV at my grandma's that was part of it was that and, Bewitched were totally go-tos.
Were you watching primetime or were you watching reruns?
We were watching reruns.
Okay.
Yeah. In syndication.
Because that's certainly how I remember seeing.
Yeah. And it was risque.
I think it must be. I don't remember this as well. I don't think I watched it as a lot. I very distinctly remember Sunday afternoons, and it was either on before or after Gilligan's Island and 6 I Love Lucy's.
Gilligan's Island was another mainstay.
And it was also a little bit like, oh, now that Three's Company show's on. But like, the beginning I loved because they were at the LA Zoo, and I loved the zoo, so I was like, zoo! And then so nothing that happened after that was ever as interesting to me. But listening to the lyrics, it's risque.
It is. Zoo was later. Earlier it was it was the Santa Monica Pier.
That was an earlier one that we were watching, okay.
Yes, exactly.
But Don Knotts was in that one.
It was, I don't know what it was in the very, very beginning, but I remember the zoo was later because it had Terry in it.
Alright, how early did Don Knotts come in the show?
That's a good question.
I guess that's not the most interesting, and people could
let's
look that up on
it looks like in 1979. So after 2 years, the Ropers moved away. Mm-hmm. And by the way, this was a remake of a British show called Mad About the House. So you love British TV.
I do love British TV. Now, granted, this is probably 1960s or 70s British TV, so it might not be quite the level I've come to love.
But not only was it risque, but like the subject, the premise that Jack needs to move in with these 2 girls and has to pretend to be gay because the landlord won't let 2 girls and a guy be roommates.
It's such a weird premise.
Yeah. And oddly progressive.
Oddly progressive.
Because that, like, you know, the landlord, I mean, he made fun of Jack for being gay.
But didn't have enough of a problem to, like, beat him.
Yeah, exactly. Or kick him out, deny him residency or anything like that.
That's interesting. Now, were the girls not allowed to have, like, boys over as well? Because
they must not have... I don't know how that works.
And then would they have had the same issue if Jack were to have guys over? Like, would they have been real cool? They're like, it's just a bunch of guys doing guy stuff.
I bet they would not like that at all.
I'm curious how puritanical this weirdly progressive household was.
Yeah, and it's a weird situation. Like, if this is just an apartment complex, which who knows how many rooms, at least 3, because there was also Larry Dallas and Lana.
Place of this as well.
I know Larry was. I don't remember. I think Lana. So at least 3 different units. How close of an eye could he really keep? It would be different if it were like in Victorian England where you have the woman who has the boarding house
and you're just in a room.
And she is you cannot have gentlemen callers over.
Also, I'm not sure this is legal under the Los Angeles Renters Code.
Exactly. But
yeah, you're playing me this theme tune, and this theme tune sounds disgusting. Knowing that it's kind of bawdier and like a little risque anyway. Oh man, these lyrics are disgusting.
But before we sing it, as we always do, as our crowds demand,
of course.
Do you want to just go over it?
Just break it down. Yeah. Okay.
So
we've got the vocal stylings of Ray Charles.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
before we go into that,
but not that Ray Charles because
so we looked him up. Picture him. He's a white man.
He's super a white man. If you didn't know by how hard he pronounces his R's in the song, he is super a white man.
Yeah, it was. Ray Charles and Julia Rinker, who does not have a Wikipedia page, unfortunately.
Poor thing.
It was composed by Joe Raposo. I did not look at this before. Let's see what he did.
This is on the spot. This is off the cuff looking.
He is a Portuguese-American composer. He did Halloween as Grinch Night. The Grinch's The Cat in the Hat. Why aren't these playing ad nauseum during the holidays?
Racism.
He did the Electric Company, Sesame Street? What? Okay. I don't know if he did the theme, but he's the musical director and or composer, lyricist, producer. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Theme songs. Sesame Street, right there.
Huh.
Electric Company, The Ropers, and some other stuff. It looks like he might have
And the rest.
The
in
Office
the 70s.
with Jerome Robbins. Anyway. So, yeah. So that is a theme song. Yeah, so now let's go through the theme song.
Sung back and forth by 2 very...
It's a bit of a call and response.
In very languid 70s tones.
Yeah.
With a great... What do you call that? In the background that's like the highlighted porn soundtracks, but also appeared heavily in every disco song.
I'm not good from separating instruments.
But so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it's called. But heavy with that song with that music.
A synthesizer? Maybe, I don't know. So it's come and knock on our door. Mm-hmm. We've been waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you start again. I'm feeling this.
Come and knock on the door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and his.
Three's company too. They're going to have an orgy. Maybe their problem was that we can't have one guy living with two girls because that's going to be a drama keg.
And it is a bit of a bait and switch too. Because they never go beyond friends. Jack will make lascivious noises and things every once in a while and pretend like he wants to bang them. But...
Why will he?
Why?
Yeah, why does he? That seems inappropriate if you're just friends.
If you're just friends, like jokingly, you can joke with friends like that.
Maybe.
Anyway,
they're gonna have the kisses are hers and his. They're gonna all get it on.
It does sound that way, but they don't.
All right, what does the rest of the song say?
Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new. Like trying a homosexual relationship, like the two girls coming together to have sex with this man.
I just thought they meant like the foxtrot.
No, they mean orgy.
We've a lovable space that needs your face.
Yeah.
Three's company.
That's disgusting. It's kind of sexy, but it's also a lovable space that needs your face.
Are they talking about the cooter?
They're talking about either the cooter or the penile organ.
Which penile organ would that be?
The penis.
Okay, I see. You'll see that life is a ball again. Laughter is calling for you. I like the internal rhyme, though.
Ball. That was pretty good.
Down at our rendezvous.
Down at our rendezvous.
The Regal Beagle, of course. That which was the name of that bar. I don't know why. Love that name of that bar for some stupid reason. Three's Company too.
Now, Sam, what did you think the lyric was when you were a little boy?
It was well into not being a little boy. Because I remember when I was living in Cyprus when this came up. I'm pretty sure. Where I was 18, 19.
But it's something you heard as a child, and so like whatever you decided as a child stuck in your brain, and that was the reality of the lyric.
Instead of down at our rendezvous, I heard bada bada baby. Actually, I think that was that may have been earlier in high school because I remember my friend Stephen Kling. Steve, whatever. We would do that to each other. That
and I don't think you're wrong. Listening to it, I know the lyric, and that's still what I hear. I agree with you. No, rendezvous. Bada bada boo isn't acceptable.
It's just scat. They add a little bit of scat at the end of this.
Yeah.
Cool theme song. Have you anything more to say about it before we jump into the singing of it?
No. I feel like I need to watch more of the show. I don't have like the wealth of knowledge.
You
to 100%.
If you enjoy the crazy mix-up, like you were recently in a showing of the importance of being earnest.
There are lots of crazy mix-ups.
Yeah, which Three's Company owes so much to the importance of being earnest.
There's the one episode I heard about that I want to try. I wonder if I can find that. I want to watch the episode where there was a misunderstanding.
Oh, that one.
I heard it's a real good one.
I'll tell you this one, though, which will remind you of Ernest. Jack claims to have a brother from Texas named Austin. A cousin. It was cousin, but he looks identical to him, and he has to show up and fool Mr. Furley into thinking they're two different people.
Was he bumbering?
He was bumbering just a bit.
Why would he have to do that?
I'm sure it's something convoluted and crazy.
Okay, I'm imagining just for the era that Jack had to put on some inappropriately stereotypical gay behavior when around the landlords.
He did a bit, yeah.
Did he? Not too badly?
He would sometimes pretend to be coming on to the landlords to sell his case, yeah. To demonstrate. Let me give away one of my favorite ones. There's this one where this blind guy comes and he wants Jack to punch him. Because when they were in the Navy, he punched Jack, and it's a whole thing, and he claimed to feel bad about it. But anyway, so Mr. Roper says something like, to the blind guy, he goes, "Oh, wait, you know how Jack is, right?" And then he would do his thing where Mr. Roper would put one hand on his hip, and he would, with his other hand, make a tinkling thing. And then, so the blind guy says, "Oh, what's going on? I can't see anything." And somebody says, I think Mrs. Roper says, "Mr. Roper has one hand on his hip and he's tinkling with the other." Oh, that's good stuff.
That's pretty good. In as much as it is also potentially really offensive, it's so funny.
It is.
It's of its period.
It is very much of its period. We'll have to ask all our gay friends what they think about it, if they're offended by it or not.
But we also have to go by age, because I imagine they're from the era that you were raised in.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Different level. It is definitely more acceptable than all the gay jokes in Gilmore Girls, which should have known better.
All of our very youthful gay listeners, please email us at indefenseofbadmovies@gmail.com. I know it says at Defense of Bad Movies, but we here at Themes Like Old Times will still take those emails. And yeah, tell us what you think. But now, Lauren, without any further ado.
Adieu.
Let us, that's a good warm up. Let us sing the theme to Three's Company.
Three's Company 2.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and his. Three's Company 2. Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face. Three's Company 2.
Oh, so gross. So disgusting.
You'll see that life is a ball again. Laughter is calling for you. Down at our rendezvous.
Down at our rendezvous.
Three's Company 2.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers
and his. Three's Company 2.
Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face. Three's Company 2. Down at our rendezvous.
Down in our rendezvous. Three's Company 2.
At our rendezvous.
Down in our rendezvous. Three's Company 2.
Oh, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. All right, remember, join us next time as Laura King defends Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Thanks for listening. Bye.